Hello and welcome back to Let's Talk with Sistershipheals. My name's Leanne, spiritual life coach, psychic medium and energy healer. Today we're diving deep into a conversation many women feel, but few are given the space to speak aloud. The tension between society's expectations of women over 40 and what your soul knows to be true. This episode is not just a discussion, it's an invitation, a homecoming to remember who you truly are beneath the noise, the roles and the rules. We'll explore how the stories we've been told clash with the truth awakening within you. We'll ask sacred questions, reflect on your spiritual path and honour the woman you are becoming. Now take a deep breath with me and exhale, and let's begin. From the time we were little girls, we were handed a script, often unwritten but deeply ingrained, to be nice, to be quiet, to be helpful, to be pretty, to be desirable but not too much, to work hard, don't age, and above all, don't fall apart. By the time we reach 40, this script has shaped so much of how we move in the world. We're likely to have become caretakers, the mothers, the partners, the workers, the glue. And yet something starts to stir. Many women over 40 begin to feel this rising discomfort, a subtle whisper that says, this isn't it all. I'm tired of pretending, there must be more. And that discomfort isn't dysfunction, it's the soul knocking on the door. But as a society, it doesn't allow us to say no. Or for a woman to step off her path, or a woman to reclaim her body, her time, her voice, especially after 40. But that's when the real friction starts to begin. Spirituality doesn't follow society's rules. It doesn't care about wrinkle creams, job titles, or how likeable you are. It cares about truth, it cares about awakening, and it cares about your remembrance. Remembrance is the soul's way of saying, you were never just a role. You were never just meant to disappear. You are not past your prime. You're actually arriving. As you move through your 40s and beyond, something ancient begins to return to you. A knowing that your worth is not in your productivity. A longing to stop performing and start living. A hunger to reconnect with your wildness, your wisdom and your wonder. This is your soul remembrance. It often starts with a question. I wonder if any of you can think of what that question is. Whether you remember the question if you've been through this. Who was I before the world told me who to be? So let me ask you now. Who are you when no one is watching? What part of you has been silenced for too long? What do you secretly long for that you've never spoken aloud? These questions are your guidepost. Your soul is ready to lead, and it's asking you, are you ready to follow? Spiritual alignment after 40 often begins with undoing, not adding. It's about shedding identities that we don't feel true anymore. The constant yes girl, the peacemaker who's exhausted, the achiever chasing external validation, the woman who shrinks herself to be accepted. And this is shedding. It's not always graceful. It can be messy, raw and confronting. It might feel guilty. You might disappoint people. You might wonder if you're losing everything. But what if you're not losing yourself? What if you're finally meeting her? Does that hit home? What if you're finally meeting her? So I'll ask you now, where in your life are you still living by somebody else's rules. What would it feel like to let those rules go, even just a little? Let yourself unravel. It's not a weakness, it's awakening. Once the shedding begins, something beautiful happens. You begin to reclaim yourself. Not the version you were told to be, the version your soul came here to embody. This reclamation is deeply spiritual. You reclaim your time. No, you're no longer apologizing for resting, stillness, or your joy. Your voice, you're speaking your truth, even when it trembles. And I like to just point out here, because many people on a spiritual path, and they're very, they hold on to speaking their truth. It is always, always about speaking your truth from a place of your heart. It is not harsh, it is not brash, it is not full of the bleeps and swearing up and going crazy on someone. It is coming from a place of kindness, but it honours your truth. It gets your point across, what you need to say, but you're also aware of how it should be delivered in a kind, caring way from your heart space. Your body also, you're honouring your cycles, your softness, and your power. Desires, you're giving yourself permission to want more. Boundaries, you're saying no to protect your energy. Purpose, you're aligning with work or expression that feeds your soul. You are no longer here to shrink, you are here to expand. This is what spiritual alignment looks like, not perfection, but presence. So here's the truth society doesn't want you to know. When a woman over 40 stops living by the rules, she becomes powerful. And not in this loud, flashy way the world expects, but in a grounded, soulful, magnetic way. She trusts herself more than the trends. She chooses peace over performance. She sees aging not as a loss, but as an evolution. She honours her sensitivity as strength. She walks with wisdom of her lived experience and shares it generously. This is the wise woman, not a role, but a state of being. You don't need to be spiritual in a perfect way. You don't need the crystals and the chanting and the mantras to be spiritual unless they speak to your soul. Spiritual alignment, I just wanted to break it down in a few simple sentences in a sense of what spiritual alignment actually means. It means living in integrity with yourself, listening to your body's wisdom, saying yes, but only when it's true, saying no without guilt, letting joy lead the way. And that's it. So I want to ask you now, where are you still trying to measure up in your life? What masks are you ready to take off? What truth have you been afraid to speak, but know it's time? This isn't about doing more, it's about coming home to your body, your values, and to your soul. You don't need permission, you already have it. And I just want to remind you guys that you're not too old, you're not too behind, and you're not late to show up in life the way you want to. You are exactly where you're meant to be, standing at the edge of your remembrance. So in closing, thank you for joining me today, guys. I really do appreciate you being here with me. If anything touched deep within your soul and you want to explore a bit further on your spiritual journey, I offer one-to-one sessions, and I also run a spiritual healing group once a week for ladies online. For you men, it will be one-to-one. So thank you for joining me today. Until next time, walk gently with yourself. You are sacred, you are sovereign, and your becoming is a gift to this world.